Hey everyone, Becca Fox again. I'll be reading another excerpt for you today, this time from my young adult romance novel titled I Dare You to Love Me. This one was published by Excerpt. So here we go. Chapter 1, Brian. I shut the door to my truck and took a deep breath, unable to suppress a grin. I'm home. Palm Beach High lay stretched out before me, a collection of gray buildings with the occasional panther drawing, prom poster, or plaque on the outer walls. It was a lowly community high school to some, but the best place in the world to me. I passed a group of girls while walking across the student parking lot. A cute blonde among the brood stopped mid-sentence when she caught sight of me. She forged a path between her friends, tousled her hair, and smiled. Hey, Brian. I didn't know her from Eve, but I smiled back all the same. Hey. She twisted around to giggle with her friends. I smirked and continued on my way. Brian! I paused in the hallway and turned to see the leader of the mathletes approaching. He was panting when he caught up, sweat making his glasses slide down the bridge of his nose. Tyler dropped out of mathletes on Friday. I gripped his elbow before he could pass out on me. Take a minute and catch your breath, man. He did that, pulling out an inhaler from his pocket. 2 puffs later, and he was breathing normally again. He smiled and pushed his glasses back, somewhat sheepish. I'm good. So I was saying about Tyler leaving the mathletes, right? I already told you. I can't jump in. The baseball championship game is on the same day as the mathletes face off with Lakeview High. The kid groaned, his shoulders sagging. Ugh, we're doomed. I chuckled and tapped a light punch on his arm. I'm sure you'll be fine. Sorry I can't help. I'll see you around. I heard you won the game for us on Wednesday, Brian, Mr. Henderson called when I passed by his open classroom door. I poked my head in the room to flash him a grin. I sure did, sir. He stopped writing the morning assignment on his whiteboard to smirk at me. I hope you found the time to finish that paper on the side effects of the feminist movement on today's politics. I nodded and waved a hand, already walking away. It'll be the first one on your desk come 5th period. A guy from the baseball team saw me from across the hall and came to thump me on the shoulder. Thanks for catching that last fly ball on Wednesday night. I swear it came out of nowhere. I didn't even see it until after you dived and straightened up with it in your glove. Man, how did you manage that? Weren't you playing left center? I shrugged. You have to be ready for anything. That's my motto. See you at practice. While putting 2 numbers into my 3-number combination lock, the girl from my Friday night date popped up beside me. It was like being suffocated with a giant bubblegum wrapper. She reached up on her tiptoes to whisper breathlessly in my ear, Hey, you. I leaned back as discreetly as I could, smile frozen in place while I tried to remember her name. Hey. I had a great time on Friday. She pressed her chest against me and smirked like we were sharing a secret. Glad to hear it. The lock popped open and the door swung out, giving me an excuse to put some distance between us. Listen, I thought I was ready to get back out there, but Friday made me realize that I'm not over my ex yet. I don't want to string you along, so there won't be a second date. I'm sorry. Are you sure about that? She clasped her hands behind her back, thrusting her boobs out even more, because I think we could have loads of fun together. I focused on her large nose, then her pouty lips, shimmering with way too much lip gloss, and settled for a safe spot in the middle of her forehead. Yeah, I'm sure. It's for the best. But listen, I draped an arm across her shoulders and turned her casually away. If I ever get to that place where I'm ready to date again, I'll call you, okay? Okay. She placed a hand on my chest and reached up to kiss my cheek. I'll be waiting. Then she sashayed down the hall. I shuddered, wiped the lip gloss off my cheek, and returned to my locker. One of the greatest things about being the king of high school was also one of the worst. Everybody wanted me, even people I didn't particularly want. I glanced at the little square mirror taped to the inside of my locker door and whistled. You have to stop being so damn charming, or she's never going to leave you alone. I ran my fingers through my messy on-purpose hair, turning this way and that, watching the effects the fluorescent lights had on the natural golden highlights in my hair. A grin spread across my face. Even if I was less charming, there was no way she could get over that face. I slapped the locker door closed, turned to continue on my way, and bumped shoulders with something solid. Eric held his open soda can out before him, his dark eyes examining the front of his hockey jersey. I joined him in the search for stains. Sorry, did you spill some on yourself? I don't think so. My friend pointed at me with the hand that was holding the soda. You should be more careful. You shouldn't walk around with an open soda while wearing white, I retorted. Eric shook his head. Found a date for prom yet? I surveyed the girls passing us. Not yet, but I'm not stressing too much. I still have time. You have 6 weeks, Bri. You're out of time, Eric said, leading the way outside. And that was I Dare You to Love Me, published by Inkit. Thanks for joining me.